Mother Nature has bestowed upon us countless blessings. However, it is nothing but our sheer ignorance that has made us deprived of acknowledging such precious resources, and terracotta is one of them. Terracotta is a type of fire clay, typically of a brownish red color. It is used as an ornamental building material and in modeling. This pre-medieval art form is one of the foremost expressions of imagination. As per the Hindu religious belief, due to the integration of 5 elements encompassing the earth, the fire, ether, water, and air, auspiciousness is embedded in the foundation of this marvel element. The history of this natural element goes back to the era of Indus Valley civilization that remained prevalent from 3300 to 1700 BC, where it was used as an ornamental building material and for making household equipments. The exquisiteness of terracotta can be grasped from the fact that a myriad of prehistoric terracotta artifacts have been discovered in India, mainly in the form of deities. Today, terracotta is still used in pottery and art for home and beyond. Whether it's the Karwa pottery of Madhya Pradesh, the Mullala art of Rajasthan, the Panchmura long net sculptures from Bankura district of West Bengal, the Bomaikolu figures from Tamil Nadu, the rainbow-colored Kobharghar sculptures from Bihar, the black pottery from Uttar Pradesh, the animal figurines from Odisha, or the geometric and hand-painted pots from Gujarat. However, what interested me the most was the terracotta pottery of the capital city of Delhi. The myths and legend regarding the origin of potters bound all over India. One such tells of the marriage ceremony between Shiv and Parvati, where earthen pots were urgently required. A Brahmin finally offered to make one, and thus the wedding of Shiv and Parvati took place. Recognizing the important contribution of the Brahmin, he was awarded the title of Prajapati, meaning the Lord of the Universe. Since then, potters have been called Prajapati, the community to which Delhi's potters belong. These potters flourished under the Mauryan Empire. These artists used their palms to create round pots with narrow necks for household or utilitarian needs, such as jugs, bowls, storage containers, etc. A majority of this Prajapati community migrated to the neighboring states of Rajasthan, Haryana, and Uttar Pradesh. However, a small portion continues to reside within a small lane of Uttam Nagar known as the Kumhar Gaon. The methods adopted by the potters are similar to those employed in pottery traditions by their ancestors. Black, red, and yellow clay in the form of small pieces is obtained from Rajasthan and Delhi. This is mixed and dried, after which water is added to it. The resulting mixture of wet clay is filtered through a fine sieve to remove pebbles. After the clay has been kneaded into a homogeneous flexible dough, the prepared clay is made into a variety of artifacts, either using the throwing technique, where the wet clay is then thrown onto the center of the wheel so that it will remain in contact with the wheel head while the wheel is in motion, or the coiling technique, which is used to make products that are too large to be thrown on the wheel and to make those shapes which cannot be turned on the wheel. Here the potters roll the clay until it forms a coil or a long pliable cylinder. By placing one coil on top of the other, different shapes can be formed. After this, the pots are dried. It's dried in shade on the first day, partially in sun on the second, and in sun entirely on the third day. On the fourth day, it is fired in a kiln. The kiln is made with dry leaves, hay, sticks, and mud. Their tools are rudimentary and include the kumhar chak or the potter's wheel, the electric wheel, the kudiya or turning tool, the mogri wooden mallet, sua or incising needle, the thappi wooden beater, thappa, a larger beater, mania or die, and the katni carving tool. However, terracotta is an extremely versatile material whose use extends beyond the realm of artifacts and cooking vessels. Terracotta is one of the oldest building material used by mankind. Its use was heavily influenced by its abundance and universal supply. The use of clay in the form of brick as a material for construction in India has been practiced ever since the Indus Valley civilization. In India, West Bengal made a speciality of terracotta temples due to the paucity of stone, with the sculpted decorations made from the same terracotta material as the main brick construction. Terracotta was also used extensively in Islamic architecture during the late centuries of the Sultanate period. To this day, some of the most famous structures built with terracotta attract millions of visitors who marvel at their beauty and durability. The most famous historical examples include the Great Wall of China, the Colosseum in Rome, but there are less famous examples in India that deserve a mention. The Bhitagaon Temple in Bhitagaon, Uttar Pradesh is the oldest remaining terracotta Hindu temple. In rural India, terracotta is commonly used material for house construction. While the use of terracotta in architecture has declined, for construction purposes, terracotta makes sense in a world in which energy, environmental and financial difficulties cannot be ignored. Architectural terracotta is made from natural clay fired in kiln. As such, it is environmentally friendly, sustainable and can be recycled. In many places, the move towards renewable energy is not happening fast enough to contribute meaningfully to the fight against climate change. Architectural terracotta cannot offset that entirely, but its excellent thermal insulation property means that it can help mitigate the heat island effect of larger buildings and it can lower energy consumption. Other advantages of architectural terracotta is its ability to withstand the exposure to the elements and its resistance to corrosion. The acidity of rain continues to rise with the increase in levels of industrial pollution. The effect of this on less durable building materials are evident in every city on the planet. However, such effects are noticeably absent in structure built or cladded with terracotta. This is because it's essentially baked clay which has a high alkaline level that makes it far more acid resistant. Another one of the reasons it lasts is because of its freeze-thaw resistance. Bricks made from architectural terracotta can refract sound waves and minimize echoes. In addition to decreasing the echo inside a building, the bricks can also provide insulation against external noise, which makes it an ideal material for those looking to reduce the amount of city noise that filters into their work and living space. During the manufacturing process, the clay is fired at such high temperatures that it becomes almost fireproof. For this reason, the bricks can withstand large, intense fires for longer than any other building material. This is not to say that it's entirely fireproof, but that their durability, even in a raging inferno, is remarkable. In light of these advantages, it is understandable how a material like terracotta has great potential of growth in the future. It can be used in flooring, roofing, cladding, wall finishing, painting, and even the traditional sculpting techniques can be adopted to create wall panels, jalis, false ceilings, and other unique decoration pieces. Building with earth is widely considered ecological and economical. However, the low image of earth, in particular traditional earthen construction, is recognized as a key barrier towards its acceptance as a building material for high-income households. The image is strongly linked to poverty in rural India, hence emphasizing that for the acceptance of this material, there needs to be a change in its perception by the masses.